Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Investing Explained. Here's today's question. You mentioned the lot rent. Is the tenant or the buyer of your property paying the lot rent directly to the mobile home park, or are they paying you the full amount, both what they owe you as well as the park, and then you make that payment?
Almost everyone is paying me, at least for the first 2 years, and I'll explain why. But for the first 2 years, I want them paying me, and then I will divvy up the lot rent, the payment to me, any late fees. But I trust me to pay the lot rent. And if I don't get their payment in time, I'm still making that lot rent payment. One of the reasons we're there and the managers want to deal with us is because we make their life easier. You're not going to have to think of payment coming to you every month. And we can call the manager up and say, hey, Pam, did you get my check? And, oh, well, hey, since we're talking, how you doing? Are you feeling okay with this virus? Do you have anything else for sale? Is anybody in trouble? So it gives you another reason to talk to the manager. But I trust me more than I trust my buyers, even though I trust my buyers, because we've gotten burned by letting people pay themselves. Now, I will say in maybe 5% of parks or less, the owner or the manager of the park will say, hey, it's cool what you're doing, but the only thing that we're putting our foot down is that person in your home, the payments have to come from them. Most parks don't care. The payment can come from wherever as long as it's a good payment. But some parks, few, the vast, vast minority, will say, no, we actually care, and it has to come from the people inside. So in that case, I do things differently. But normally I'm taking full payment for 2 years, make sure they're on time, they're good payers. Then after 2 years, I send people a letter. Congratulations, you are one step closer to owning your home. Now you have the luxury of making 2 payments, one to me or my company and one to the park.
That's interesting because, and of course, you have far more mobile home experience than I do. But the little bit that I've learned and that I've talked to, I've heard that oftentimes mobile home parks don't want the payment from the buyer of the property. They want whoever owns the title, whoever actually is the owner of that property, to actually make that lot rent payment.
That's not a deal breaker either way. I'd have to say that this is something good that we're talking about. We don't want to make, everybody listening to my voice, we don't want to make skinny deals. We don't want to make rash decisions, dumb decisions, but we can always still be like proactive and eager and hungry and open-minded, because my attitude when I'm dealing with the park is, okay, park, you say jump and I'll say how high. I want to work with you. I'm willing to jump through your hoops. Doesn't mean I'm going to overpay or do anything stupid. But if the park wants me to do that, it's like, sure, we'll figure it out. That'd be ridiculous if I just killed the deal because of that reason.
That's all for this episode of Real Estate Investing Explained. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube channel to get even more free content.